Good evening, my dear class 11 students. I am Mrs. Parvati, PGT Physics, Holy Hearts Educational Academy, Raipur, Chhattisgarh. So already we are starting the lesson number 4, motion in 2 dimensions, vectors first. And in vectors already Ajaz has started. I am continuing the lesson. Some definitions you must have studied, and I am just continuing his portion. Okay, so you know vector. What is vector? I need not say. A quantity which has got both magnitude as well as direction. You know equal vector. How to represent vector also you have studied here. Today I am here to define some of the vectors. Okay, what is it? First of all, what is polar vector? A polar vector is nothing but those vectors which have a sharing point or point of application. From one point only the application will start. So what is called polar vector? Pole is there, end is there, starting point is there here. And examples are displacement, velocity, acceleration, force and linear momentum. Acceleration, is called. Okay. And the second one is axial vectors. What are axial vectors? Those vectors which represent the rotational effect. Example, you are opening the lid or closing the lid like this, right? When you apply the force like this, what will happen clockwise? The lid is moving inside. If you want to open the lid here, we are moving it in anti-clockwise direction. So these are called axial vector. The vectors, those vectors which represent the rotational effect. From axis of rotation, it has some axis of rotation. Along that here, axis of rotation, they will rotate here. Examples are angular velocity and angular acceleration and torque and all examples of axial vectors, and that we will study later on. I would like to explain the axial vector. Symbol is like this here, in this way here. That is, if you apply the force like this, it is moving, angular velocity, and see here like this, and circular, perpendicular. If you apply the force in this one, this is the axis of rotation. If you reverse it, then what happens here? The motion also reversing here, right? And the next vector is, you know what is it? The next vector is unit vector, which is very important. What is unit vector? It is a vector of unit magnitude and direction is same as that of given vector. Suppose A is a vector. What is the unit vector of A? Unit vector F is nothing but vector A upon magnitude of A. Magnitude means only the number, numeral, right? Or we write vector A as its magnitude and unit vector. The unit vector is nothing but it has got the magnitude 1 and direction is same as that of the given vector. Suppose given vector direction is along x direction, then unit vector direction also x only, but उसका magnitude कितना होगा? 1 होगा, 1 होगा. Followed? So the unit vector is defined as whose magnitude is 1, but the direction is same as that of given vector, and we represent the unit vector in this way here. And then position vector. What is a position vector? A position vector is nothing but it is a vector that gives position of the object from origin to the point where it lies in coordinate system. Example, see here XYZ coordinate system. After XY also you can consider. P is the point. So how can you locate the point? It is how much distance from x-axis and y-axis their coordinates are there. Okay. So we are representing this vector OP as position vector which represents the position in the coordinate system here. Okay. OP is a position vector. What is displacement vector? It is in the coordinate system. Suppose initially the vector, the body is at P. After some time it is rotated to Q here. So what is OP? Position vector R1. What is OQ? Position vector R2. So P to Q it is displaced. So displacement vector is PQ. And this PQ is given by, we know that OP is equal to R1 and OQ is equal to R2 and PQ is equal to R2 minus R1 R2 minus R1. That is called displacement vector. PQ is called displacement vector here. Okay. So when we apply all these vectors, you will understand much better way. Now what do you mean by multiplication of a vector by a real number? What happens? Suppose I have taken a vector A and I multiplied it by a number. Then what will happen? Its magnitude will increase n times, but direction will remain same. Right? Suppose if I multiplied the vector by n, minus integer here, then what will happen? The minus n8 will become here. Direction will be, it depends on the quantity of the number. If it is more, then opposite sign to the that of A here. Got it? So you know, till now we have studied what are the vectors here. You know what do you mean by unit vector, and you know what do you mean by position vector, and you know what do you mean by displacement vector. And the next one is, how can you multiply a vector by a scalar? Same. If you multiply a vector by a scalar, the magnitude increases those many scalar times, but the direction will remain same. Example I will give you. Suppose S is a scalar and we multiplied the vector by A. Say S is a scalar and A is a vector. Suppose it's a vector. I have taken 5 times I want. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times the magnitude increased, but the direction remains same as that of the given vector. This is multiplication by vector. Okay. By scalar by vector here. Magnitude increases 5 times, but direction remains same here. Okay. So what is meant by resultant vector? What is resultant vector? Resultant vector of two or more vectors is a single vector which produces same effect as is produced by the individual vectors together. I will tell you in Hindi. You will understand much better way. Suppose 2 people are doing the work. The same amount of work can be done by a single person. That single person doing the work of the other 3 workers is called resultant vector. Right? The resultant vector is nothing but resultant of 2 or more vectors as a single vector, only one vector, which produces same effect as is produced by individual vectors together. Right? For example, next is addition of vectors, composition of vectors here. With the example only we study, it will come the resultant vector also here. That is why example I am taking here. Suppose I have taken, see, vector A, vector B, vector C, vector D. How can you compose them or add them? How can you add up? What is the resultant vector? What is the effective vector here? Resultant vector. For that, join all the vectors such that the tip of the first vector to the tip of the first vector join the tail of the second vector and so on here. See, this is tip, this is tail, this is tip, this is tail and so on here. Then join the first vector, that is tail of the first vector to the tip of the last vector, gives you the resultant vector. Resultant vector here. R is resultant vector. So if I add them, first you see A and B. Join this, what is OB? A plus B. Add up. Then A plus B is this vector and C here. What is this? A plus B plus C. Then again D. A plus B plus C and D. What is the tail of the first vector and tip of the last vector? OD is given by A plus B plus C plus D and so on. Got it all of you? So A plus B plus C plus D here. Now addition of collinear vectors. You know collinear vectors which are lying on the same line. These are A and B are same vectors here. If you want to add them, their magnitudes will be added. That is increased, direction will remain same. If the 2 vectors are opposite, then the resultant vector is in the direction same as that of the maximum value of the vector. That is, suppose here see, what is the length of the vector? This much. What is the length of the vector? B, less. But if you add them both here, the resultant vector is towards the maximum magnitude of the vector here. So that is from left to right. Got it? Followed? Yeah. Now, addition of vectors is at an angle. Suppose if it is at an angle, opposite hai, yeah, otherwise it is opposite or same line, you know how to add it. If they are making an angle, how do you add it here? I told you already. The tip of the last vector and tail of the first vector add up, that will give you the resultant vector. R is equal to A plus B. In this way we will add it. So by using, how can you find out the magnitude? You can find out the R value. R is equal to resultant vector is A plus B. But how can you find out its magnitude and direction? By using parallelogram law of vector addition, we will do it in next class here. Okay children. So what we have studied, different types of vectors we have studied, and you know how to multiply the vector, and you know how to add the vectors if you get the more and more number of vectors. But you don't know how to find out the resultant vectors magnitude and direction. That will be done in the next class. See you. Bye bye.